Hello everyone. The title of the chapter that we are going to read today is The Merchant of Venice. It's a play written by the renowned English poet and playwright William Shakespeare. You must have noticed by now that the setting and presentation of the story is quite different from the regular ones. Well, it's because it's a play. The whole chapter has been presented like a script where characters are interacting with each other, having conversations. But before we dive into the story, let us first have a look at the main characters. So, one of the main characters in this play is Shylock, who is a Jewish moneylender and he lives in Venice. Second character is Bassanio, who is a gentleman, and Antonio is a merchant. Both Bassanio and Antonio are good friends. Portia, on the other hand, is a wealthy lady from Belmont, and later in the story she marries Bassanio. Nerissa is Portia's lady-in-waiting, and there is also another character named the Duke of Venice, that means the ruler of Venice. So these are the main characters in this play. This chapter is actually quite long and it will not be possible to discuss the whole chapter line by line in a short video. So I'll try to give you a short summary of the whole story. The story is actually quite simple and straightforward. At the very start of the story, the narrator narrates that Antonio is a rich merchant from Venice and he has sent several trade ships out to the sea. Bassanio is a very good friend of Antonio. He has lived extravagantly in the past and has even borrowed a large sum of money from Antonio. Now, however, he has fallen in love with a rich and beautiful girl named Portia who lives in Belmont. Bassanio is planning to go to Belmont to win her heart, but Portia already has plenty of rich suitors who are waiting to marry her. So Bassanio needs to borrow some money so that he can appear to be rich in front of Portia. He goes to Antonio, but Antonio is currently short of money because all his wealth is invested in all his ships, which are currently at sea. So both of them go to a Jewish moneylender named Shylock, who hates Antonio because of his anti-Semitic behavior towards him. Shylock nevertheless agrees to make a short-term loan, but in one condition. The condition is that the loan must be repaid in 3 months or Shylock will cut off a pound of flesh from Antonio's body. Antonio, however, agrees because he was confident that his ships will return in time. The story then moves to Belmont, where Portia is choosing a suitor. Portia is a young, beautiful and wealthy heiress. Her father's will has made it impossible for her to choose her own husband. According to the conditions of Portia's father's will, each of her suitors must pass a test. They must choose between 3 boxes, one made of gold, the second one made of silver, and the third one made of lead. Whomsoever chooses the correct box, which contains a portrait of Portia, may marry her. Bassanio arrives and exchanges a glance with Portia. He selects the correct casket, which is made of lead. After that, Portia happily agrees to marry Bassanio. Meanwhile, news arrives that Antonio's ships have been lost at sea. Words come to Bassanio about Antonio's predicament and he hurries back to Venice. When Portia asks Bassanio what has happened, he tells her about the bond that was made between Shylock and Antonio. After hearing this, Portia immediately offers to pay 20 times over. However, the court hearing must take place. Bassanio and one of his friends leave for Venice to try and save Antonio's life. After they leave, Portia and her maid Nerissa plan to go to Venice and disguise themselves as a male lawyer and his clerk. When Bassanio arrives, the date for the repayment to Shylock has passed, and Shylock is now demanding his pound of flesh. Even when Bassanio offers much more than the amount in repayment, Shylock, however, refuses to take that and asks for his pound of flesh. Portia arrives in her disguise to defend Antonio. She asks Shylock to take double the amount of money instead of the pound of flesh, but Shylock refuses to take that. Given the authority of judgment by the Duke, Portia decides that Shylock can have the pound of flesh, but he cannot shed a drop of blood. Since it is obvious that the pound of flesh cannot be cut without shedding blood, Shylock is denied his fate. Moreover, for conspiring to murder a Venetian citizen, Portia orders that he should forfeit all his wealth. Half is to go to Venice and half to Antonio. Antonio gives his half back to Shylock on the condition that Shylock should give it to his disinherited daughter Jessica. A broken Shylock accepts the conditions. Meanwhile, another news arrives that some of Antonio's ships have returned safely. As Shylock leaves the courtroom, Bassanio approaches to thank the lawyer, but he realizes that the lawyer is actually his wife Portia in disguise. And at the end, with the exception of Shylock, all celebrate a happy ending to their affairs. This is where this chapter ends. I hope this video helps you in understanding the chapter. As always, you can find the question answers of this chapter in our school's official app. Thank you.